Uh, Hello. Harman. Smith. Harman. Smith. Harman. Smith. I lost. Bingo. Oh, not what I wanted. Let's try this. Oh my gosh, Becky, look at her.
This is karma. This is positively proof that karma is real, that Buddhism is the one true religion, that every other faith is a lie. This is evidence that Buddha was right about everything. Karma is real. And what do I mean by that? Well, when Tears of the Kingdom came out in 2000,
Okay. So video games are proof that Buddha is real.
2023, one of the big gigantic gigacopes about it was that like it's gonna get buried by Elden Ring. It's gonna get buried by the DLC. This is gonna be the DLC is gonna be the greatest game ever. And then it just gets delayed, and it comes out the next year and just gets completely buried by like everything that else that came out in 2024. And now, in 2025, we are seeing the Elden Ring Electric Boogaloo 2. They are putting out a second Elden Ring thing in 2 years, right? That's even more sloppish and like derivative than the last one. Okay, like Night Rain is a disaster in every sense of the word.
What? A, a disaster in every sense of the word. Oh, okay. No.
Right? Nobody's talking about it. Nobody plays about it. Nobody is enjoying it. There's a handful of influencers who have like claim that they put dozens of hours into like the beta or whatever, but like the reality of the situation is these guys are like career Dark Souls players. They are never going to admit that these games aren't good, right? The general audience has made it very clear that like Night Rain isn't very good. It's not popular. Nobody cares about it. And yeah, I've talked about this like as an individual release, just how like worthless Elden Ring actually was. I've been talking about that a lot.
So first of all, Night Rain, 2 million units sold day one, somewhere around there. Second off, the the streamers that I've seen playing it absolutely love it. The beta was a hit. I didn't play Elden Ring much because I'm not good at gaming. You can check out Desire's stream or his channel. Um, not very good at gaming. Night Rain is probably going to be up for a lot of awards for the gaming awards. And it's been what, a week? I don't remember Tears of the Kingdom being in there the year that it was released. If it was probably for like art or music. Oh shit.
Came out actually, or maybe since it was announced, I don't really know. But like, Elden Ring is a declining brand that will not be around.
A declining brand. Oh god. A declining brand. Oh no. It's one of the top games. Elden Ring is one of the top games in gaming still right now.
Around in the foreseeable future. It is going to get like burned out, burned to a crisp before they even really do anything with it. Everything they've done so far after the initial release has been a complete and abject failure, and Night Rain is just another example of that. Now, that's like the issue with FromSlop, like individually. That's
Did you say from slop? I don't think I'm gonna be able to get through this. I, I think I need to get Desire in here, dude.
Bryce, hello?
Dude,
Sounds like you're having a
that's an issue with
blast.
FromSlop as like a development studio. Like their games are slop. Like that's just them. Okay, like that's just them in a vacuum. But the reality is, this is an entire industry. The reality is, people are
I want to take bets on how many times you said reality. Just the word reality.
Dude, it's a pain.
Oh my god.
playing better games all the time on Nintendo hardware, right? I wouldn't be surprised if Fantasy Life 2
If
actually outsold Night Rain,
if you
by the
have
way.
any
But
questions, you can tell me because
uh,
I
we
got it.
have like Nintendo Switch is this huge success story. It's the console to beat right
Yeah,
now. Nothing ever came
Elden
close.
Ring sold quite a lot.
Oh man. Oh, I gotta rewind that one.
People are playing better
What
games
do you say?
all the
Hold on.
time on Nintendo hardware,
I have
right?
it muted
I
because
wouldn't
you're
be
not
surprised if
streaming it to
Fantasy Life
Discord,
2
so I don't want to
actually
have
outsold.
overlap of my own voice.
The reality is, people are playing better games all the time on Nintendo hardware.
Better games all the time on Nintendo hardware.
No, no, no. Bryce? Do you now see why I cover this idiot quite a lot?
When's the last time a Nintendo game was up for any Game of the Year awards?
Tears of the Kingdom was.
It was
Or
for like
Breath
art
of the
or
Wild, my
music,
bad,
right?
not Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, but Breath of the Wild actually, I think, got Game of the Year. If I'm not, no, it didn't. No, it didn't. That's why he bitched. It was a really good game though. Should have,
Right. I wouldn't be surprised if Fantasy Life 2 actually outsold
my opinion.
Night Rain, by the way. But uh, we have like Nintendo Switch is this huge success story. You know, it's the console to beat right now. Nothing
Nintendo Switch 2 is the console to beat right now.
I mean, by units sold, it is actually. He is correct.
Okay.
But that's also because you go off of units sold and get the COVID when everybody was forced to stay home.
ever came close. Nintendo Switch is killing it. Like, so there were so many games in the past 3 years that were far more successful than Elden Ring ever was or ever will be.
Okay. So ever was maybe there's some truth to that, but like
Ever was what?
here, I'll replay it.
Have like Nintendo
I
Switch
can't. You
is
have to
this
play it on Discord. I can't hear it. I don't want to sit there and have overlap.
Uh,
There we go.
huge success story. You know, it's the console to beat right now. Nothing ever came close. Nintendo Switch is killing it. Like, so there were so many games in the past 3 years that were far more successful than Elden Ring ever was or ever will be.
Disconnected. You need to make it to where you're streaming that specific window, that entire screen.
I did.
No, that entire screen. Have it just stream your screen. That's what I do. Because Streamlabs is a goofy goober. Ooh. There you go.
You know, I've been talking about this for a long time, but now this is where the karma sets in. There are so many games in the past 3 years that were far more successful than Elden Ring ever was or ever will be. You know, I've been talking about this for a long time, but now.
Like
What game?
far more successful than Elden Ring ever was or will be, he says.
Is the game in the room with us now?
I don't understand.
Do you see why I cover this idiot all the time?
This is where the karma sets in. After all of that bluster about how Nintendo Switch couldn't handle Elden Ring, how it was underpowered, how it would never come to Nintendo consoles, you know, Elden Ring is coming to Nintendo Switch, and Night Rain, which is the new Elden Ring game, is getting buried by the Nintendo Switch 2.
How?
No.
How's it getting
not.
buried? It sold a fuck ton of units. How's it getting buried? I want you to enlighten on that, Harman.
And
2 million units sold day one. Getting buried my ass. If that's getting buried, then holy shit.
what did he say before that?
How it would never come to Nintendo consoles. You know, Elden Ring is coming to Nintendo Switch, and Night Rain, which is
Okay. They had to port it. So they probably dumbed it down a lot.
Oh yeah, it's probably gonna look like ass. Most likely.
I wouldn't be surprised if it had lagging issues too.
It most likely will. Cyberpunk can't even run on the shit, so. And Cyberpunk uses less assets. Oh no, that uses less assets.
Elden Ring game is getting buried by the Nintendo Switch 2. That's right. The new Nintendo console has completely buried Elden Ring to the point where, like, a week from now, nobody's even going to be talking about this.
Yes, they are. You're telling me a game where you can play with your buddies and go kill bosses, like a boss rush thing.
Boss Rush. It's a Boss Rush roguelike is the best way of putting it.
Like, and it's modeled on one of the biggest games to ever release.
It's not one of them. It's not. It's the biggest game FromSoft has ever released. That is true, but it's not the biggest ever released. No.
I said one of the biggest ever released.
It's only 30 million units compared to. It's not a top 10. It's a very good unit sold though.
It is going to get completely destroyed by Mario Kart World.
Because they're bundling it? Wow. Good job.
for less than what the game would be sold for separately.
Yeah. What a fucking knob.
Like,
he's
after
gonna
all
slob
that
on your knob,
bluster about
Rick.
how popular and successful Elden Ring was, it was not. You know, this is the end result
Yes, it
of
was.
it. Is that it's
Yes, it
getting
was. It
buried
sold a
by
fuck ton of units.
console launch. Not only is it going to get outsold by Mario Kart, it's also going to get outsold, I think, by a wide range of titles on Nintendo Switch too. You know,
Name 'em,
Cyberpunk,
Cody.
I think, is going to be a big deal. Street Fighter
What?
6 is going to be a big deal. Like, there's
I thought you said you don't like Cyberpunk. Now all of a sudden you do? Can you make up your fucking mind, Cody?
And Street Fighter 6?
Street Fighter 6 looks like ass on that console. I don't know if you saw it. It's bad. It looks really bad. It's like they dumbed that motherfucker down.
I don't understand.
there's just so many games in like the launch window of Switch 2 that are just going to be these huge giga hits that Elden Ring and FromSoft as a whole will not be able to keep up with. You know, it's so bad that I think Elden Ring, when it does get ported over, is honestly going to get completely buried by like all of the far superior games on it.
What?
The only reason it would even get quote unquote buried on the Switch is because everyone's already who has wanted to play it has it on better systems like a PC or a PlayStation or an Xbox.
I'm not even an Xbox or a PlayStation fan, and I know that.
Like, there's no.
You like
reason,
PlayStation more than I do,
There's
and
no
you know
reason to
that.
play it on a Switch when you can have it on your PC, which they probably already do.
Or not even just on your PC or on fucking anything.
Like,
legitimately, I'd rather play it on anything else.
I'd say 90% of the sales for Elden Ring on the Switch is people that only have a Switch.
Which is not going to happen. Nobody's just going to have a Switch outside of that schmuck.
You know, Yakuza 0 has more credibility. Cyberpunk has more credibility. Hitman has more credibility. Street Fighter.
I want you to understand this. He has shat on fucking Cyberpunk for years, and then it finally was coming to the Switch, and now he's loving it.
They aren't even
Enlighten that to me.
Switch titles, dude. They're ports.
Ports of very good games. Not gonna lie, they are good.
But they weren't released to Switch until recently.
No, they were not. Not until recently. And they're technically not even out yet.
Right.
It's not like they're already out. They're not out yet.
Like, you guys are, like, the Nintendo Switch is years behind as far as, like, these games.
Fighter 6 has more credibility. Like, what exactly is going to encourage people to come back?
Come back to what, Cody?
Like, I don't.
Oh, brother.
And play Elden Ring on Nintendo Switch 2. You know, anybody who does is just going to be like, oh man, there are just so many better Nintendo games on this. I'm going to play a real game like Princess Peach Showtime.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I'd rather play Princess Peach Showtime.
A real
Okay.
game. A real game, he said.
Remember when we told you that he just utterly loves that yesterday? We fucking told you, man. We fucking told you. I can't. Every time he says it, it's just so stupid.
On Nintendo Switch 2. You know, anybody who does is just going to be like, oh man, there are just so many better Nintendo games on this. I'm going to play a real game like Princess Peach Showtime or WarioWare.
That just gets better. WarioWare is just it's kind of like Mario Party, I guess. It's just a mini game. It's not bad, but I mean, there's a reason why it's not really known for.
Like, you know, nobody who's like familiar with Nintendo games would ever pick up Elden Ring and say, "Oh, this is some great thing I've discovered." No, like nobody except the absolute the epitome of like the casual gamer thinks Dark Souls is anything like relevant or interesting. You know, if you
my god, oh that hurts. Oh, that hurts my soul. As a FromSoft fan, that hurts my soul every time he says it. Every time, it's just so fucking stupid. It's so fucking
like 10
stupid.
Games a year, you know, you're not going to find Dark Souls challenging or interesting at all.
You think that? I want you to understand this, Bryce. This guy has a hard time playing Super Monkey Ball, and he thinks that FromSoft is not hard. He rage quit Elden Ring. He was getting his shit rocked, and he left it. It's not like he was, like, absolutely dominating. He got mad because he was getting absolutely fucking clapped, and he left.
FromSoft is just not that great of a developer. And
I would take them 100 out of 100 times over Game Freak. 100 out of 100. Do you know why, Bryce?
Hold on, I'm having an aneurysm of pure stupidity.
I told you. Do you see why I covered him for so long?
yeah,
Until I said, fuck it, I'm just going to play bingo with his ass.
Night Rain does seem to be like this a sign of what's to come, you know.
A sign to what? That they're going
to
be successful?
It is failing to like keep attention away from the Nintendo Switch 2, right? This was
they're not trying to keep attention away from the Nintendo.
At trying to keep people away from Nintendo Switch 2 to try to.
Oh my god!
If they were trying to keep people away from Nintendo Switch 2, they wouldn't release the game on the Switch.
I think he's talking about Night Rain and not Elden Ring base.
Regardless, I'm pretty sure Night Rain's going to Switch.
Night Rain is not.
No.
They're getting Dustbloods instead, which is a exclusive that Nintendo paid for.
Get people on PlayStation and Xbox trying to like keep up.
But if he says PlayStation and Xbox, so stupid. You should hear him say PlayStation again. Do it. I'm telling you, it's fucking hilarious every time I hear it.
FromSoft's attempt at trying to keep people away from Nintendo Switch 2 to try to get people on PlayStation and Xbox, trying to like keep the
PlayStation. He's not saying PlayStation. He's saying PlayStation. PlayStation, man.
Now, why would a game developer try to keep you away from a console?
They wouldn't.
Like,
at all. That would be illogical and stupid.
A competing console developer, sure, but not a game developer. God.
The dream alive, and yet like
he's coping and seething.
Yes.
The reality is Switch 2 is already far outperforming anything that FromSoft will ever be able to accomplish. You know, that's just the reality of the situation.
Every time, man. Every time. It's just instantly followed by dumb.
It's going to get worse going forward, you know. Like FromSoft is
worse for you.
He's just going to push the same
ever going to recapture the Elden Ring hype. People are getting bored of it. People are sick of hearing about it.
If that's the
They
case,
can't
then why
branch
is it
out
one of the most played games right now on Steam? I just want to know,
into other franchises.
honestly.
They are just going to continue this slow, gradual decline into irrelevancy. And it's not just because that the games aren't good and
Right.
because like Nintendo games are better. The issue is Dark Souls fans really have overplayed their hand. They really have spent the past like decade screaming at everyone about how FromSlop is just like the best developer in gaming and how they're the best the best ever made. And
Oh, I want you to hear this, Bryce.
They're good
He said that
gamers.
GTA. He said that this is that GTA 6 is going to sell 100,000 units, which would make it the third most sold game of all time. But that's still a flop.
the reality is just the opposite of that, really. Like FromSlop just isn't anything special. It's not noteworthy at all. It just has this really rabid extremist online fan base that desperately do everything they can to keep up the narrative. And
That's why you bitch and moan all the time over it.
That's exactly what you're doing right now with Nintendo Switch too.
Don't you see the iron? Oh, I just want you to know, Bryce. If you ever hit 1,000 subs, you should read his playing dirty book.
continue this farce that FromSlop is somehow going
He
to
writes
keep
books, Bryce.
is going to keep itself relevant by making the same game over and over again.
He's projecting.
Of course he is.
Like that is the big issue when it comes to FromSlop is that like there is no variety, there is no like they don't produce anything new that takes off, like all
What? Night Rain taked off.
Elden Ring took
And
off
his
immediately.
yeah, it's the most sold game they've ever had. That literally instantly removes your narrative. Instantly. Instantly. Instantly makes your narrative illogical.
He probably got to the Tree Sentinel, and
No, he didn't beat any bosses. He instead went to the right and went to the red area with the dogs that have wings and shit, and he died like 3 times and he quit.
so he's bad at the game.
Oh yeah.
Like I was saying,
Oh, I told you he was. I told you he's dog shit.
he's coping, seething, and projecting.
Of course.
all they can do is just do the same thing over and over again and like promise people like very difficult video games that no casual can actually beat.
You just said it was easy, and now you say it's too hard that no casual can actually beat. Make up your mind.
Now, like FromSlop isn't so much a game; it's more of a status symbol, and I
That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life.
I don't even know where to begin with that statement. A status symbol is something to use to brag about something, which would make it a good thing. Hey, I beat Elden Ring. Oh, you must be a pretty good gamer.
It's not even if you beat Elden Ring. It's if you beat fucking what's her name or I can't think of the
Millennia?
Crimson Rot lady.
I think it's Millennia. Or Millennia.
Is it Millennia?
I
It's
can't,
been
I
a
can't
minute.
pronounce her name,
It's
man.
been a minute since I played.
I think that's the way to kind of look at it going forward because nobody actually likes playing Elden Ring.
I loved it.
Name one.
Him.
Right?
And he
Nobody
thinks that
actually enjoys fighting these mediocre, uninspired bosses.
the bosses are amazing. That's the best part of the game. What are you talking about? Legitimately the best part of the game. No ifs, ands, or buts. No Diddy.
The person that wrote the notes for the story and the lore of Elden Ring is the author for the Game of Thrones books.
He also doesn't like the Game of Thrones because woman power. I'm telling you, Bryce, he wants. If you've ever read one of his books, I know you haven't. He wants his self insert, kind of like Twilight, and he wants to be the Giga Chad that gets every woman. Now, when I state that playing dirty is probably the most vile piece of shit, and that's why I call him a PDF, he made a book called Playing Dirty. It is about teachers loving underage children.
Nobody actually likes the gameplay loop. Nobody actually likes the open world. Nobody actually likes any of that.
Who doesn't like
I
the
love the open world. That's probably the best part of it. The gameplay loop's also amazing. You get that rush when you finally beat a boss. Oh my god. Dude, it's fucking awesome. It's more addicting than fucking winning a Super Bowl.
Is just a status symbol among gamers to prove that you're a real man because you play hardcore games for hardcore gamers. But the reality is, if you're a good gamer, if you're someone who actually likes playing lots of different video games, you will inevitably have a far better time playing exclusively on Nintendo Switch.
You got me fucked up thinking I would ever like playing any game exclusively ever. Ever. You got me absolutely fucked up.
No, Brendan, you don't understand. You're only a real gamer if you play WarioWare.
Ugh. Such a mid game too.
Nobody told you?
No, they didn't.
You can only be considered a real gamer if you play WarioWare and Princess Peach, whatever.
Showtime. It's dog shit. But he absolutely loves it, and we make fun of him for it because he loves it because he likes Princess Peach. It's why we do the ASMR Princess Peach fart porn. That's why we always say that's why he likes it. It's funny. It's very stupid, but it's funny.
Oh, man.
Thinking you're having a blast, aren't you?
What else we got? How long have we been going?
Not long enough.
Too long, if you ask me.
Too long, if you ask me, damn it. And I'm all that matters, liberal.
Oh, what is going on with his hair in this one?
Dude, I don't think he's ever washed his hair. Like, I think when he slicks it, he just, waters it down. I honest to God think that we have made this joke in my community. We honest to God believe that he only, he believes that Axe, you can use Axe as a substitute for actually bathing. Just tell me he doesn't look like that type of person and act like that type of person.
As an individual with an extraordinarily high IQ, I have...
Sorry. He flunked out of fucking IU.
We're 5
Flunked.
seconds in. We're 5 seconds in.
I know, but it's still funny.
Very good pattern recognition. And it's time...
Sorry.
Time to talk about the pattern when it comes to Nintendo films, because those of you who are around in the 2022-2023 period, when we started talking about the Mario movie, you saw all these really weird allegations about it. You saw how people spoke out about the cast, complained about Charles Martinet not being in it, made all these weird superfluous claims. And one of the really weird ones that...
Okay, no. I love the cast of the Mario movie. Charlie Day is one of my favorite actors.
The only thing that I'll state is a little weird was Chris Pratt. All right, we got to be honest with ourselves. Chris Pratt as Mario
that's the only
thing. The one.
That's the only person in the casting that I saw getting any kind of flack.
That was like the one thing I was just like, I don't know about that one.
And that's just because he was Mario. Like, of course he's gonna get some flack because he's Mario. It's the face of the movie. It's gonna get flack no matter who you pick. You can't make everybody happy.
Very true.
That people completely forgot about is this idea that the movie was woke because of like Princess Peach's characterization. Now, anybody who knows anything about the character knows she's been playable.
Oh,
since
he's gonna say a
2002.
slur. Just so you know, TROON is a slur, Bryce. Just so you're aware. I know what you're watching.
It's in the title.
Yeah, it's a slur. Like it's a bad slur. Like bad. I thought you'd want to know. He's gonna say it. This is usually when I tell people, "Hey, he's probably gonna end up saying this." I do not support it, but I am reacting to an idiot who, you know what I mean? I know what episode you're watching. Yeah, I I took a quick glance, thought it was stupid, and stopped.
It's a slur against the LGBTQ community.
Yeah, it's an actual slur.
She's perfectly
Well,
capable.
you thought I was lying?
You know, she's
No, I just wanted to look up like what it meant.
Oh,
been portrayed in a wide range of different ways over the years. You know, this idea that like, ooh, she's only ever been a damsel in distress.
and that's terrible. That is undeniably terrible because she has only ever been a damsel in distress.
I liked Peach holding her own.
I did too. I thought it was quite nice to see her actually not as a damsel in distress.
Girl bossing it,
Did.
dude.
Yeah. As long as it's
She's
not
just
like absolute terrible bullshit, I don't care.
like it's a pop
Quite
culture
honestly.
meme that never really had any basis in reality. You know, like it's always been pretty self-evident to everyone that Peach is, you know, a character with a lot of versatility, with her own powers and skill sets, and that you know is able to carry her own game. You know, as she's starred in a couple, right?
Okay, you got it.
I must defend my Princess Peach Showtime. My ASMR fart porn. Must. It's a requirement.
Like that. Anybody who actually knows Super Mario Bros. Didn't really have an issue with the Princess Peach thing. But like one of the big copes about the movie when it first came out was that from plebs, you know, people like Angry Joe and stuff like that, was like acting like the movie was woke, that Princess Peach could have like carried the entire film, that she was like a
Angry
girl
Joe
boss,
wasn't mad
that she
about that.
could've, like,
Angry Joe was
done her-
mad because they made it a big deal instead of it being a not a big deal. And that wasn't even what he was mad about. He was mad about never mind.
everything Mario did, but better, which was just a complete farce because, like, first of all, like, none of that actually happened. You know, like Mario's a perfectly likable character and Peach is a likable character. Like, the movie's good, you know? So, like, these guys.
Okay, so we agree on something. The movie's decent.
It is pretty decent. It's decent. It's good for what it was. I'll give you that.
Guys are like creating this weird alternate fan fiction reality where Princess Peach is like a girl boss because like oh she could have beaten Donkey Kong and she could have led the the Kongs to beat Bowser and she could have beaten him herself and like that just doesn't happen, you know. That's not how the movie plays out at all.
Because it's not her movie.
It's not. Never mind.
It's Mario's movie.
It's literally Super Mario Brothers, not Princess Peach.
It's not a Princess Peach movie. It's a Mario movie. Like, sure, she probably has the leadership skills to do that, but ultimately, it's a Mario movie. So Mario has to do the big thing.
And anybody who actually went to see that understands that. It's just it was very obvious to me, you know, like after like during that build.
It was obvious to me every fucking time without failure
that this was a very forced narrative coming from people.
So tired of his dumbass. I really am. fucking. It's every time.
I wanted Princess Peach to to be the star of a movie that doesn't even have her name in the title.
Well, she's gonna be a star. She's my queen. I make her the princess every time. I'm like Legend of Zelda from Flash Gift.
People who were like desperately trying to downplay the movie by any means imaginable. Like after the
Right?
movie
Yeah,
came out, people tried saying the Barbie movie was better and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, people have like spent like years trying to downplay this thing's success. The Mario movie was really good.
Can you stop saying
and
like,
I think is
please?
a testament to
Fuck.
anti-woke filmmaking. Actually, there's
my
no
god,
content and woke content in that film at all. So like, imagine my surprise then when going into the Zelda movie's release, we start seeing the same kind of narrative. There's no official statement from Nintendo. We don't have any trailers or any idea what the movie's going to be like other than a release date in March 27, 2027. Right? We have some vague idea of like some details about the film and who's working on it. Nothing about the cast though. And so like,
Okay, so I get that. I want to see the cast for the Zelda film. I'd like a trailer. That'd be nice.
I'm sorry, what?
The Zelda film?
They made a.
I've seen fan casts.
No, they made a hunter somebody as Zelda. I don't know. And he has been throwing a temper tantrum over it.
Like, over the past couple of days, there was this rumor that Nintendo was going to hire a tranny to play Zelda. And of course, like, you have people concerned trolling about this, like, oh man, I'm not gonna go see it. Like,
Link is the epitome of fantasy twinks.
He doesn't understand that, believe me.
You had like anti-wokesters like complaining about it, and it's just not going to happen. That is 100% not going to happen. I'm calling it now. It's just a complete and total farce. But like, it's serving its purpose. Like, it's not Nintendo releasing these claims. Like, it's coming from an unreliable source that was not vetted, that seems to have been like tied to like the man in question who is trying to promote himself by trying to latch himself onto the Zelda movie. And it's
Do you ever wonder?
Well, you thought I was lying when I said he was a dumbass?
He thinks Zelda's hot, and having a trans person play Zelda, whether
Hurts
it's
his
male,
feelings.
even if it's male to female, like, he doesn't know what to do. His brain's fried because hot woman but has penis.
Hey, Fuda is okay, all right?
And it's confusing him sexually.
So true. It's fun. It's funny, but so true.
He sees trans Zelda and he goes, the return of the Y boner.
With a vengeance. Well, it's not really with a vengeance. He's just an idiot and doesn't understand it.
Because he likes chicks with dicks.
It's a really good example of just how easily manipulated the anti-woke community is. So instead of like actually complaining about things that are actually getting made and like actual decisions in regards to these properties, they're just gonna like jump the gun at like a root.
So kind of like what you're doing.
Bro is throwing a mega tantrum and he's like, oh, I don't like this. Fucking idiot.
Rumor that's so out of left field that like nobody who's in the know would ever take it seriously, especially after what happened with the Mario movie. How the same people were spurging out about Girl Boss Beach. Like I looked at this like Zelda rumor and like I didn't even comment on it because I knew it was false to begin with. And that's a testament, I think, to just the reality of the situation now. Like,
I knew he was gonna fucking say that.
I think
It's
a
always the
major
reality,
cornerstone
dude.
when it comes
Every
to like
time.
downplaying Nintendo right now is pretending as if the company has somehow been compromised and is somehow putting out like woke propaganda for the masses, which is not only true, which is not only
What?
not true, it's also the
Which is not only true. I mean, what?
opposite. Games like Xenoblade Chronicles 3 are some of the most red-pilled games ever made.
The game that sold a whole whopping 100,000 units. Yes. As a series, it sold 7. Not really. No.
This idea that Nintendo has regressed, or that they're censoring third-party games, or that they're this super woke company that's dictated by like retards in Seattle and California. That's not true
Ironic.
at all. As anyone who's familiar with the company will tell you. But like
You're not familiar with the company at all. What are you talking about? Harman, they could legitimately tell you to go fuck yourself and literally copyright strike you for every single gameplay video you have ever posted on them, because they've done that with other YouTubers. And you don't think that... Never mind. Never mind.
His mouth is too small for his double chin.
Really makes me look not fat, doesn't it?
For years, I've seen Rums push the idea. I've seen like all sorts of like prominent figures in the anti-woke community promote this idea that like Nintendo's not only compromised, it's one of the most woke companies in the industry.
I mean, the most woke... no, the most woke is Sony. Respectfully.
Japan being open-minded about trans/gay, about LGBTQ stuff,
which is not a big deal.
Relatively new.
It's also not a big deal. I don't know why people make it into a big deal when it's really not. Fucking stupid.
Japan is a very closed-minded country to a lot of things, especially foreigners.
No shit.
So the idea
I am so damn astonished that fucking Felix would choose to live there, still to this day.
The idea that they would allow any Western civilization to, quote unquote, as he says, control them, their narratives, that's not going to happen. Not right now, at least. And if they did, that would essentially be woke in Japan. Just allowing a Western company to take over their narrative that they're trying to produce. That idea would be woke in Japan. From my
pretty much, yeah.
This whole censorship debacle, primarily was a Nintendo thing back in the day. Like what you see now with people like complaining about like, Steam covering up like the back of female characters and stuff like that. Back in the day,
Steam's not doing that. What are you talking about?
Steam has porn games.
What are you trying to say, Steam? Steam literally just released a game that has so many mods literally about nudity. Okay.
This was reserved exclusively for Nintendo properties, right? The narrative was that Nintendo censors games for their
I am so sick and tired of this
audience.
Idiot saying
it was never true, but like they really went all out on that narrative at the time. Tokyo Mirage Sessions got hit with that really, really badly when it first came out. The narrative over the years has like shifted a lot.
Oh, blast it!
People claim
blast. You're missing Bryce's first ever YouTube
now,
stream.
which to this
oh
day
God,
is not true,
I know. God, fuck. It's fucking Harman.
course it's Harman. He lost.
I'm just
Well,
trying to
yeah,
figure
I
it
know.
out, dude.
Oh, you're doing this video. Oh god, I don't understand how this is allowed on on YouTube.
I don't know how him saying the T slur is allowed, but here we are.
I just don't understand. Welcome to the hell that I was in.
Oh, did you do your stream already?
This is Bryce's second time ever reacting to Harman. First was
Oh
during
god.
The first time was yesterday during bingo.
and he lost twice.
Oh god. This is something.
We're still in this position where, like, are we really going to keep freaking out over, like, these stupid unconfirmed rumors? Are
Yes.
we really going to make ourselves look like
Next
complete
question.
and utter retards? Like, every time one of these,
Oh
like,
wow, the retard
stupid,
calling
like,
people retards.
The weetard. Say it correctly.
He said the full R there, brother.
I'll
know,
say the
I
full
said-
R.
I said weetard. Say it correctly. We.
Well, yeah, he is
Like-
retarded, and he is retarded. He is all retarded.
Both. He is the tard.
Bryce, this is not confirmed that they're not gonna have Nintendo's stupid. They're not that fucking stupid. They're not gonna have a trans woman play one of the most iconic women roles in all of fiction. Let's be real here. Let's be honest here. They're not gonna. They are very protective of their IPs, and the perception of trans people at the moment. It's not that great.
No, it is not.
And even if they did, Harman's just upset because he thinks she's hot.
rumor surfaces. Are we really going to do, like, podcasts
Wish I could
about
say that's
it?
not true.
Are we really going to make YouTube videos seething about trannies? Are we really going to make
Dude, all you do is seethe. Why are you talking?
There's another fucking slur.
Is that a slur? I didn't know that. I've never
stupid,
used it.
Yeah,
like, rumor surfaces?
it is
Are
a
we
slur.
really going to do, like, podcasts about it? Are we really going to make YouTube videos seething about trannies? Are we really going to make
Oh yeah, that is.
I didn't know that's a slur. I never used it, but I didn't know that's a slur.
Yeah.
That one I had no idea. That you can't blame me on that one.
web comics about it? Like, it's not a real
I never
thing.
used it.
He
but
says it. That's the second time I think he said it in this video.
Jesus.
most likely, yeah.
So, like, why care?
How is this?
Yeah, I wouldn't like it either if it was true. But you know what?
Either.
I would just not go see the movie. I would be vocal about it.
Oh,
Oh,
this is
you're
that so
pretty
weird.
vocal about it right now, and it hasn't even been released yet. We haven't even seen a trailer yet.
If you didn't really care, Harman, you would have made the fucking video.
Oh yeah, I don't care. I'm just gonna
If you-
bitch and moan about it on the internet.
Yeah, if he didn't actually care, he wouldn't have made the video. But you
But
made the
wouldn't,
video.
like, I just wouldn't see the movie, and it would fail. And that's why it's not.
Oh,
It
he's
would
not gonna
fate.
he's not gonna see the movie, so the movie failed.
Yeah, right. Even if they cast a fucking trans woman in the role, he would still go and fucking see it.
Of course you would. It's hard.
Let's be honest.
Like, it would fail pretty hardcore. And, like, Nintendo knows that. Like the woke thing. It's
I swear to God, I'm losing brain cells listening to this dude. Every time.
Listen, like woke stuff in movie, TV, media hasn't really gone over well in the States either. Like Disney's learning that right now.
Yeah, like I watched this
feel
one
like-
guy.
I feel like as long as it's not forced, it's not a big deal, honestly.
Yeah,
As long
like I
as
watched this.
the biggest thing that I've seen and I agree with is that we don't care about who is playing the character as long as the story is written well.
Yeah, like I watched this one guy and he explained the difference between the progressive being progressive, being woke. Exactly. Being progressive is that you have these themes and ideals, but they're not pushed on you. Woke is that you have these ideals that are pushed on you and you're forced to like them. That's
It's not
why.
becoming mainstream. It's not becoming more popular.
Go ahead, Blast. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, yeah, that's why. That's what I think the anti woke community has lost, is that definition, because now they see, oh, there's gay, you can be gay in this game. It's woke. Oh, this game has a black person in it. It's woke. No, that's not what the fuck it is. Am I forced to be gay? No, then it's not woke.
If it's forced, then it is, but it's not. So I just
Yeah.
don't understand.
Like, what was it? Was it the new Dragon Age makes you sit down and I think an unskippable cutscene as they explain.
There are multiple unskippable cutscenes in the game where you are forced to listen to an insufferable piece of shit explain that they are non-binary.
Yeah.
So
There's-
I'm non. Which the part that irks me is that they already have a non-binary type fucking word in their damn language, and if they used it that way, I wouldn't care, because at the end of the day, that's already canon. That does happen in their actual being.
Yeah, in Dragon Age there was already a trans character in the game. There's been multiple gay. You could already be gay in Origins. Like, that's not a new concept. But the games didn't sit you down and force you to watch someone come out to their family.
And then fucking just shit on the already established lore, because again, that already exists. They have a word for it, and instead of using said word, they just stare at it, and you're just like, why the fuck does this exist? At least that's what I said.
Popular. If anything, I think people are pushing back against it more and more. More and more people are going to be beginning to realize that, like, gays, lesbians, bisexual, especially bisexual women, and trannies are just completely degenerate human beings that.
Whoa.
Dude, all you do is masturbate to
Whoa.
ASMR, and you're talking shit. I don't.
My guy, you literally have.
He's
I'm
just
convinced that you have multiple fucking body pillows that you fuck all night.
Do you know why he's saying all this? I can tell you why. It's because nobody will give him anything. It's why he's so mad.
No, yeah. It's
deserve
why he
no
focuses
respect
on Alex
whatsoever.
being fucking bisexual. Because
Yeah.
Alex gets some, he doesn't.
And
He's also
yeah,
married.
Nintendo putting themselves in the crossfire like that is not a part of their business model. They are not suddenly going to, like, cave to, like, Hollywood because they told them
Fucking
to.
pause it.
They already did.
Yeah, I know. But this fucking statement, he doesn't realize that there's already been a non-binary character in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a game that you fucking defend.
Toad's non-binary. His literal
Toad's
pronouns are.
non-binary.
His pronouns are they. It's not a he or a she. I apologize for saying he.
But also, Xenoblade 3 has a non-binary character. I know that because
Ugh,
you are forced
Xenoblade.
to.
Ugh.
Fuck off. Fuck
The
off.
game that he played while he was asleep. Ugh.
Yeah. Shows to me that he actually doesn't fucking care, because if he cared, he would know that. And if he knew that, he would hate the game.
Like, they hold all the cards when it comes to, like, producing this movie. They have complete control over it. So
Is that true? They have movie rights?
Nintendo gets the final say. Like, if they will be given the script, and then if they don't like something, they'll say, change it to this, change it to that. They will
And the
look
reason
at
why they can do
filming.
that is because it's their IP at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's their IP, and they're also partially funding it. So
It was partially.
That's-
You're right. I completely forgot.
yeah, that's what happened with the Mario movie, because every step of that movie was checked by Nintendo. So they went in and approved all the casting choices. They went in and approved the way that looked, the way that sounded. Like they would go in and say, "This minute detail is off, change it." Like that's how meticulous they are with their IP. So they'll do that with with the Zelda movie.
Like, hey,
And
Mario can get beat up by Donkey Kong, but ultimately he has to win.
Hmm.
yeah, or like I remember one thing. It's like the fireball isn't moving at the correct speed. Change it. Like they're
Like
that
this
meticulous.
idea that it's
So
gonna
in
have
this,
Which
God damn it,
you
you
gotta
keep.
you gotta commend them for that though. It's not like
Yeah,
a bad thing.
like I'll commend them for that because they are like this is how it is.
Like
This is
it's
how
not
we
like
want it to be.
they want it to be bad. They just want it to be
Yeah,
correct.
like that's something when you look at Disney, you look at fucking the Lilo and Stitch remake,
I
which
don't
is a
want to talk
piece of
about it.
shit.
Oh
I don't
God,
want to
we're
talk
not gonna
about
talk
it.
about that right now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get mad.
it's like
I honest to God, if Bryce didn't want to do this, I was gonna tell him he was gonna have to go to Lilo and Stitch.
oh God, that's worse. That's worse because we all hate Harman, but we all love Lilo and Stitch, and we're just going to watch our fucking childhood be destroyed just because
Kind of
oh
like
we
what
need
happened.
money.
Kind of like what happened when I watched them destroy my absolute favorite thing of all time, Indiana Jones. They fucking put aliens in it.
Fuck you, Kathleen Kennedy, because she just dug the grave even more.
Hollywood because they told them to. Like they hold all the cards when it comes to like producing this movie. You know, they have complete control over it. So like this idea that it's going to have some kind of like crazy woke undertones to it, like I don't think it's going to happen, honestly. Like honestly, like we're beginning to see that like become the case in like normal Hollywood movies. Like the woke thing I think is on the way out. And it's like
You got proof that it's on the way out, or are you just talking out your ass again?
I
I
think Disney was going to put a character in one of their most recent movies in there, and then decided against it at the
yeah,
last
they've
minute.
been
I don't remember which movie it was though.
a lot of companies are getting rid of their like DEI stuff and like backtracking and all that because of the backlash that they got. Like you can even see that with like Pride Month this year,
Oh, speaking of the
where
Stitch movie, like Pleakley, I believe they said doesn't even like wear dresses or anything like that in this movie.
no,
Yeah.
he doesn't cross dress, not because of oh this is LGBT, but more because budget, and they didn't have enough budget to fully animate Pleakley for
I
the
think the part
entire movie.
I think the part that utterly pisses me off is they didn't have Captain Bond. I think it's Bondu. Is that his
Gantu,
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 Gantu?
Gantu.
Jesus.
Gantu. Yeah, that's also because of the budget. Think about this: they only gave Lilo and Stitch a $100 million budget, but they gave Snow White a near $300 million budget.
Yeah, and it flopped. Good job, fucking idiots.
Yeah,
we're seeing like this weird shift to like more conservative, like pro-Israeli, like kind of talk. Like this is the thing about the
Why are we
anti-woke community is
disrespecting
that like
what?
the anti-woke
okay.
stuff is the woke stuff is over, but they're not really like addressing like how the cultural shift is also going to be the bad thing.
It's not over. It's not going to be over. It's not going anywhere anytime soon.
It is literally what they are doing is just backtracking for like a couple years until people forget, and then everything's gonna come up again.
It's one of the biggest lines in the sand between left and right in the U.S. right now.
Like, holy, what the fuck do you mean the cultural shift is the problem? What the Harmon? You talk out of your ass so many times, but here you are literally spewing bullshit out of your ass. to the point that you are saying nothing.
Be a bad thing,
Holy.
right? Like right now, like the establishment wants to preserve the status quo. They want to keep things as they are, as we go through like the war period, and then they're gonna like
What?
just kick.
What establishment and what war period?
Are you talking? What the?
I think.
Are you talking about
War on
traditional
woke.
Republicans? What the fuck are you talking about? You say establishment like it's supposed to mean
The
something.
only
Yet people,
Republican that's really kind of at war right now is Donald. That's it. That's the only one.
yeah, and he's at war with.
Oh, my bad. I also forgot Texas is at war with porn as a whole.
Yeah, don't get me started on that. That's not gonna fucking pass.
Did you hear about that, Bryce?
I think it already did pass.
It did pass in
Uh,
Texas, but they're trying
yeah,
to do
it
it federally.
passed, but it's probably not gonna go into effect because then it has to go through Supreme Court of Texas,
Things by
and they
another
have to
year, like
approve it.
once all that's over and done with and people have gotten settled. It's not going to work. I think it's safe to say, but like that's the idea of what they're trying to do. Uh, I
Who is they?
I'm going into this like with no concerns about this movie at all. Like at this
John,
stage, I
is
am
the
as
they in the
excited as
room with
anything.
us now?
Is the we in the room with us now, Harman?
Is the weed in the room with us now, please?
I think there is weed in his fucking room. If he was high all the time, it would make so much fucking sense.
If he was high and angry, that means he's on mids.
Yeah.
Bryce
What
is
do you
so
think? I
proud
don't
of
get
me for
high.
knowing that. Bryce is so proud of me for knowing that.
Considering like the Mario movie and how well that was, how well that did, and like how much I liked it. But like yeah, like I think the general gaming community really doesn't like the fact that the narrative that
Come
Nintendo
on,
games
brother.
aren't mainstream is over. Because that's always been the cope is that like, well, Nintendo, they're only relevant on their consoles, which is a niche thing, and like meanwhile they're dominating in they're the market leader in gaming now.
No, the
No,
market leader in
not even
gaming
close.
is mobile gaming by a mile. It's not even
Yeah.
close.
Like the market leader right now is fucking Candy Crush and Clash of Clans. That's your fucking. The market leader is fucking Apple.
Apple's been actually getting really hurt as of late. I wouldn't
It's
say
Apple and fucking Google.
I'd say it's
Mm,
mobile.
I think Google. I think Google makes more in revenue off of gaming alone than Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo combined.
And I
PC
believe
makes more
Fortnite
than
just came
Microsoft.
back to iOS recently too.
It did. They
It
just won that lawsuit.
Yeah, in the US, it just came back. In the U, in the EU, it's been there for a little bit longer because you could siloed it, but it just came back to the App Store.
Which pissed
They
off
have
Apple
one
because they
Hollywood
lost
movie.
terribly.
They have one of the most successful movies ever made now. They're gonna put out another one.
They,
Zelda, I think.
hey,
Safe to
I want
say,
you to understand this, guys. What do you think had a bigger box office, Mario Kart or Mario or Minecraft?
Did you say Mario is one of the most successful movies ever made?
He said it's
Hold
one of
on.
the most successful video game. I think he said movies, which it's not. But let's say video games. It's the second most grossing out of any opening day. Second. What do you think it's behind?
Hold on.
It's behind by a lot. It
How
got
much did Mortal
fucking.
Kombat do?
It wasn't Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat
Okay, so
in comparison. Number one is Minecraft, even though it's a terrible ass movie. Think about that.
okay, let me see.
The movie is dog shit. I'll die on that hill. That movie
No,
is
yeah, it's fucking
terrible.
terrible.
But I mean, they did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, apparently the Mario movie.
Number two.
This is based on Wikipedia, but look this up. It
Opening
made
box office.
it made 1.36 billion worldwide at the box office.
Number 2, right behind Minecraft, which is insane. But it's behind by a lot. Minecraft like smoked.
Minecraft made 940 million at the box office,
Yes, I
though
said
it's
opening.
still in theaters.
I'm talking about opening day too. By the way, guy, I want you to understand that.
Right.
At this
God,
stage that it is going to be
throw a
bigger than
rock
Lord
at
of
you
the
and see
Rings.
what happens.
That's something that people tend to like sneer at me about. But like Zelda constantly gets new content, while like Tolkien is like very limited by like the original material. Like Zelda is going to
What?
surpass it.
What the? Where
No,
the
it's
fuck
not.
did Lord of the Rings come in?
When did Lord of the Rings come? What?
Rings
Why
of
are we
What are
talking
we?
about Lord of the Rings? And why are we disrespecting J.R.R. Tolkien?
Rings of Power
Get-
is an ongoing TV series right now on Amazon,
It's terrible, but I
It's a
mean, it's
piece of
there.
shit, but
but it's not limited.
fair. What are you talking about? Limited source material?
He said it's limited in its material.
I
I
mean,
I will die on the hill that says that the greatest system ever in all of gaming is the Nemesis system.
yeah.
I will die on
Uh,
that hill.
Harman, what do you think inspired Zelda?
The Bible. Oh.
That and fucking Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, I think, has some Bible elements in it.
Lord of
No,
the
yeah,
Rings
it's
is
very
literally based
religious.
off of the Bible. It's legitimately.
Yes.
At
Yeah,
some point,
J.R.R. Tolkien
and
is
it's
a
only a
very
matter of
was a very
when how it's going to happen.
religious
And it
man.
might happen with this film, to be completely honest with you. And I think a lot of people aren't really prepared for Zelda to be like the biggest fantasy property on the planet. But
I would love if it was. Honestly,
But it's not.
it very well may not be, but I would like if it was. That I'm prepared for it to not be. All I want out of the Zelda film is the eventuality of a Smash Brothers film.
It's just not going to happen.
It's not gonna happen. There's so much fucking bullshit with that.
Yeah, there's like IP and all that stuff.
Because like different studios have different
You are super
uh
loud, Blast. Good God.
I'm on my fucking AirPods.
Oh.
Yeah, but like different studios have different contracts with different games. So like if you wanted to get, let's say, just Mario and Sonic in one movie, you'd have to go to Sega, Nintendo, Paramount, and Universal for that one movie. It's hard to get just one company to agree,
Is
let alone four.
is Amazon doing the Zelda?
I don't believe so.
Who's doing Zelda?
Hold on.
My ma. Oh.
Zelda movie.
Or is that a Japanese film?
It's done by Nintendo and Sony.
Okay.
But what if it's done by my mother?
but bigger than Harry Potter, bigger than Tolkien. Like
All right.
What? Yeah. What?
No. No. It
Bigger
won't.
than Harry Potter? No.
No.
No. No.
Harry Potter alone was an absurd statement.
No.
people are not prepared for that
No.
inevitability. Like the decades they've spent like downplaying these films, doing
Harry Potter's getting a show right now.
I don't like the show
It's
though
already
because
a
of what they're doing to Severus Snape.
it's already $1 billion IP, multi-billion
Yeah.
probably, and
But
it's
what they're
getting
doing
a
to
new
Severus
show.
needs to be what they did to Severus needs to be fucking removed.
everything they possibly
straight
can to like
disrespect.
uh, downplay Nintendo, the company, and its games. Like all of that
He's
is going up in
downplaying
smoke. And like
Nintendo.
these allegations that
Nobody.
Nintendo is going woke is
They
just
are.
another attempt
They
at
already
keeping
fucking
them.
are, you dipshit.
Their main act. Never mind. You know what? You can just stay a weetard for all I give a shit.
You fucking dipshit. They already are.
They've been woke for a while.
Motherfucker. Vivian was trans back in 2004.
Toad is a they.
Have you ever looked at fucking Tingle?
Fuck is Tingle?
A character from Zelda that basically dresses himself up as a fairy and thinks that he's a fucking fairy.
Hmm.
What do you think that sounds like?
Harman.
That and also some trans people use it as an allegory for
That's funny.
being trans.
What was funny, Bryce?
Your comment.
I knew that'd throw your ass off.
I mean, unironically, Harman would probably dress himself up as Zelda and think that he's Zelda.
All right. I'm ending this stream.
It's been
Has
an
it
hour.
already been an hour?
It's been an hour 16.
I don't know. You
All
gotta
right.
finish this video. You gotta finish. Oh, you did.
You finished the video.
Proud of you, Bryce. Now you get to freaking not